Hi, and welcome to Intuitive Movement with ReleaseWorks. So happy to have you in class today. Before starting, go ahead and find a quiet corner of your home and set up your space. Maybe some decorative pillows, maybe turn down the lights. You might even choose to light a few candles. Once you've done that, we'll go ahead and meet in a seat. So making sure today that your mat is lengthwise at a wall. We'll be using the wall quite a bit today. So just like Michael is here, sitting in a comfortable, easy, cross-legged seat, letting your back kind of settle on the wall, letting the wall support you. Maybe even take a few deep cleansing breaths. You might choose to take a few of those exhales as a sigh out of your mouth. If you haven't already, close your eyes. Eventually, close your lips and start to breathe exclusively through your nose. Bring your awareness to that space just beneath the tip of your nose and just above your upper lip. Feel the breath as it passes through. There'll be points in class today where your mind might start to wander, and if it goes a little too far at any point, just bring your awareness back to that space just beneath the tip of your nose and just above your upper lip. Here, see if you can keep your eyes closed and just start to find a little bit of intuitive movement. It might feel good to bring your arms out, around, and up. It might feel good to roll and stretch through your neck. There's no right or wrong here. Take your time. Your next couple of breaths, start letting that intuitive movement bring you to hands and knees. So this might be easier if you plant your hands out in front of you and then come up to all fours. But find your own way there today. Let it be part of your flow. Eventually, you'll come to a space where your wrists and hands are more or less underneath your shoulders, your knees are more or less underneath your hips. And from here, continue that intuitive movement. You might choose to round and arch through your spine for cat-cow. It might feel good to lean into one hip and then the other. It might feel good to stretch out through your hands and wrists. Lean a little forward and back. And your next couple of breaths, just come back up to a neutral spine. And from there, let your right arm flow out, around, and up towards the ceiling. You might even choose to bring your chin up along with your hand. There you go. as if you're gazing past your hand. Good. On an exhale, go ahead and come back down, thread your right arm through that space between your left arm and your left knee. It might even feel good to stay here for a while and let your shoulder fall to the ground, settle in. On an inhale, come back around and up. On an exhale, just plant your hand back to the mat. Do the same on the other side. Left arm out, around, and up. Exhale to thread it through. And inhale, come back out, around, and up. And then just keep going from there at your own pace. You might choose to pause in a few spots. You might choose to move a little more. Got a couple minutes, so make this your own. Next couple of breaths, start to make your way back to your hands and your knees. No rush to get there. When you do, go ahead and plant your hands out in front of you just a little bit further than your shoulders. Spread your fingers out wide. Then tuck your toes. Lift your hips. Lengthen your legs and gaze towards your knees or your toes for downward facing dog. You might choose here to pedal out your feet. Bend one knee and then the other. You might choose here to wiggle a little through your hips. This pose isn't meant to be easy, so you might start to breathe a little heavier, you might start to shake a little, and that's okay. Just be here for a moment longer. And come back down to hands and knees when you're ready. Let it flow. Once you're there, go ahead and sit your hips back towards your heels, untuck your toes, let your arms come long in front of you, and go ahead and let your head just fall between your arms. Maybe rest your forehead on the mat, or it might feel good to stack your palms or your fists and rest your forehead on that. Whatever you choose, just reconnect with your breath here. Next couple of breaths, make your way back up to your hands and knees. Taking what you learned from last time, make any adjustments you might need. Eventually, spread your fingers out wide, tuck your toes, lift your hips, straighten through your legs for downward facing dog. Gaze towards your knees or your toes. You might find here that your hands start to slide or get slippery. A little hand towel or something at the head of your mat is always helpful. Stay connected with your breath here, even in challenge. Just a moment longer. Go ahead and come back to your hands and knees. Untuck your toes and let your hips come back towards your heels. For child's pose. You might play around with this here. It might feel good to bring your knees out wider or bring them closer together. Eventually, sit back and settle in. This time we're gonna be here a little bit longer. So once you've found something that feels good and right for you today, make a commitment to stillness. Notice where your mind goes in the silence. moving a muscle, just start to reconnect with your breath. That space just beneath the tip of your nose and just above your upper lip. Feel the breath as it passes through. Eventually, start to add in a little bit of movement. Starting to make your way up to hands and knees, but let it go slow. Let it flow. Take some time to get there. Once you're on your hands and knees, just slide your knees behind your wrists, cross your ankles, and come back to a seat. From here, go ahead and turn so your right hip is against the wall. And this part's not graceful for anyone, so it's okay, but go ahead and place your hands behind you. Just start to lean back, lengthen your legs, and let your legs just come up the wall as you lay back. From here, you might choose to wiggle your hips up towards the wall, or it might feel better to wiggle your hips a little further away from the wall. Again, choose what's best for you today, in this moment. So we have a few options here, but whatever you choose, again, we're going to make that commitment to stillness. So from here, it might feel good to keep your legs out long and together, or it might feel good to let your legs come out wide, more of a dragonfly pose at the wall. Maybe move through them both, make your choice for today. Get out any last wiggles, movements, and eventually find a space of stillness. Close your eyes if they're not already closed, and settle in. It's going to be a while. before moving a muscle, just bring your awareness, your attention back to your breath. Slowly start to find a little movement. Maybe wiggle your toes or turn your head side to side. Where we're going next is figure 4 or a glute stretch. So once you're ready, bring your legs long up the wall. Then go ahead and cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Plant your left foot on the wall, bend into your knee, and then walk your foot down as little or as much as feels good to you today. Take a few breaths here. And this might be where you stay. But explore with me for a moment. From here, if you were to walk your foot off to the left, let your lower body just fall to the left for a twist through your spine. It might feel good to lengthen your right arm out even more and turn your chin over your right shoulder. Again, anywhere in that transition, find the space that's best for you. Get out any wiggles and settle in. To reconnect with your breath, and then we'll make our way to the other side. So when you're ready, bring your legs out long. And cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Plant your right foot on the wall and bring it down as little or as much as you need today. Each side might and probably will feel a little bit different. Needs something a little bit different. So again, explore. Let's go ahead and drop over to the left for a spinal twist. Might feel good to stretch your left arm long and bring your chin over your left shoulder here. And this might be where you stay. But again, find your place in that whole transition that you can settle and soften into. reconnect with your breath. And gently find a little movement here. Eventually bringing your legs out long once again. Again, no rush to get there. Find a few last wiggles here. Eventually, we're just going to turn towards the right in fetal position. So place one hand over the other, let the side of your head rest there. Bend your knees and curl in. Breathe and feel here. Next couple of breaths, just start to find a little intuitive movement of flow and make your way to just face up, laying on your mat. Let it be easy. Once you're here, let your legs fall out wide. Let your arms settle to your side. Again, close your eyes if you haven't already. Soften and settle in. Being our messy, authentic selves helps create a space where others feel safe to be themselves too. Your vulnerability can be a gift to others. With that, let's come together for a few deep cleansing breaths. Go ahead and bring your left hand to your heart, your right hand to your belly. And take a deep inhale. Fill up all the way through your belly, through your diaphragm, through your chest. And exhale with a sigh. Good. We'll do that one more time all together. So inhale deep through your belly, diaphragm, chest, sip in a little bit more at the top, and hold. And exhale. Thanks so much for joining us for a practice in intuitive movement today. Thanks from everyone here at ReleaseWorks, and we'd love to hear how your practice went and follow up.